Hey everyone, welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia. Today I'm going to be leading you through a Pilates mini class. I'm using two resistances from the Pilates mini. I love this piece of equipment so much. It's so versatile. The two resistances that I'm going to be using are the 30 pounds, which is already set up to my door in the back, and the 40 pounds. I like these two straps because I find that they accommodate really well a balance of exercises that can either be done on the mat or standing. You're gonna set your mat up. You're going to, of course, keep some water close by so you can take sips on should you need, and also pay attention to all the choices that you might want to make in today's classes. Based on how far away you are from where your tension is coming from, you will have more resistance. If you need to minimize it, you'll get a little closer. Again, we're working with a 30 pounds to start. Set your mat up and let's get right into class. When you set up your Pilates mini, just make sure that you do have evenness across your straps. You want your tension coming from a point that's just a little higher than you as you come down to a seated position. What I also tell people is that when you start, you want to have maybe the tension around where your stomach wall is in terms of the alignment with your door. We're going to start seated, and we're going to start with our legs stretched on out. I want you to sit with your sit bones fully cemented into your mat, shoulders roll down and back. Try not to hike up and work against the tension. We want to work with the resistance. Take a full breath in. And on your exhale, flex your feet. Let the resistance take you over top of your legs, navel to spine, rounding out through your back. Take an inhale. And exhale, unravel. Restack one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders roll back. Sit tall. Stretch your toes. Reach the crown of your head and neck all the way through that lengthening from your lumbar to mid to cervical spine. Then as you round, just feel where your tension is taking you forward. Start to flex your feet so you get more into the backs of the calves and hamstrings. Breathe in to hold and exhale, restack. So at this point in time, you should feel that there is a light little bit of resistance, light to medium we'll say, that you're working with. Your band is not loosey-goosey. It's already taut through and through. And that light bit of resistance is allowing you to start to stretch and open up your spine, lengthen through your limbs without forcing any pressure or tension on your back, your neck, or your shoulders. That being said, shoulders back, neck long as you sit tall. Let's go for one more. Feel how your spine works. Move with intention. Notice where you're tight in your legs, just your calves or your hamstrings. And sit all the way up. You're sitting tall, trying to lengthen through your lumbar spine. To modify, you could always sit cross-legged. You're going to take an inhale, shoulders back, collarbones wide, and on your exhale, flex your feet, pull all the way in towards your rib cage. Feel that resistance come into your back body, and then slowly stretch, pointing your toes. Deep breath in. You should feel that there is resistance and work coming to the backs of your arms, that you're working to stretch slowly forward. Never let the tension snap you out. Work this resistance smooth and slow. You're finding and cultivating that relationship. And again, how you make this challenge your own is by sitting further back, you'll have more resistance. And if you need to have less, you'll sit further front. Again, you could always sit cross-legged or be kneeling or be in any other position that helps you work this length that we're cultivating through our spine. No different than if you were on a reformer. Your back is against that machine. Your legs are working through the ankle flexion, working through that dorsal and plantar. Let's keep the feet flexed, toes to ceiling, heels pressing down. Arms are drawing in towards your ribcage, shoulders away from ears. Sit taller through your sit bones, and on your exhale, lift your arms up to the side, working right here through rotator cuff action, pulling inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Make sure that as you lift your arms, you're lifting through the rotation of your shoulder. You're lifting through that rotation of your rotators. So you're not trying to bring your hands higher than your elbows or your elbows higher than your shoulders. You want to feel this work come from your lats and from your upper back. So you're always trying to pull back with the resistance to create the sensation like your arms are gliding up and down an imaginary wall. Create that wall through this feeling of resistance. Let's go for two more. And exhale, grow taller, core tight, navel to spine, rib cages over hips. You're gonna take your arms, hold all the way up on your last one. Ooh, I'm already feeling the work. Now stretch slow, forward, pull back, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pull. Keep your feet flexed as you stretch your arms out. And as you do this chest press and chest expansion through your collarbones, you're gonna let your toes point, stretch longer. And this is only if your legs are obviously in front of you. If you're sitting cross-legged to modify today, then you're just working to sit as tall as you can on your sit bones, pushing your thighs down to the floor. Exhale, open through your chest. Don't let your neck start to jut forward. We're gonna go for 4 more here. Exhale, stretch, last 3. Exhale for 2. This is so great for your back and for your postural muscles. Take your arms forward, keep your feet flexed, turn your palms in and stretch. Belly button to spine. Let your upper body drape towards your legs and thighs. Good. Slowly come all the way back up. Hold your tension with your right hand as you make your way into a mermaid position. Now, I say mermaid position, and technically it's actually a double pigeon. So you're gonna have that left leg bent, but your right leg is in that side mermaid. Now, you're holding both of your strap handles with your right hand. You want some tension already activated where you feel that the resistance is pulling your shoulder out to the side. Now, your left arm is also gonna be lengthened next to you. Shoulders are gonna be down. Listen to your resistance first. Pull your right elbow in. Try to bring it down towards your hip bone. Make sure your wrist is following your elbow. You don't want your arm up high. You're finding that 90 degrees. Now, if this is too little resistance, you sit further away. If it's too much, you sit a little closer too. We're gonna take the arm all the way out. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. Pull, keep your spine long. Move slow first, so that way you can gauge what you need from your tension. You're keeping your posture up, making sure that as you pull the right arm in, again, your elbow is drawing down towards your hip bone. This is gonna help you contract your bicep. Left arm is stretched out, thumb to ceiling, pinky to floor. Let's go out and in a little bit more rhythmically. Inhale, exhale. Sit tall. Don't lean in either direction. Last 4. 3. Stretch and open up your right hip as you stay. Now, you're making sure that, again, your hand is on your side. You're gonna take your elbow, roll your shoulder down and back, and give yourself a light jab right behind your right spine. When I say right spine, obviously not right behind the spine. You're just jabbing to cover the elbow right behind the back, just that tiny jab. That's where you're trying to go to mentally. Finish with 1 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch your right arm all the way out. Now, you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna hold left handle with the left hand, right arm still holding that right side. From here, you're gonna keep your right arm stable, take an inhale. On your exhale, twist your body. Try to bring that left arm in alignment with your left shoulder. It's tough if the tension is right, because the tension is gonna max out, so you're gonna, again, not work from the shoulder. You're aligning your upper body square to your hips. This is working stability. Last 4. Inhale, exhale for 3, and twist. Don't force anything through the arm. You shouldn't feel like you're pushing out or forcing anything with the arm. The arm is gonna work naturally because of what your upper body is doing through your rib cage. Last 1, take your arms forward. Now, before we do the second side, you're gonna take your feet together, square your hips off to your resistance, squeeze your knees in tight, take an inhale, arms are long, shoulders are back. You're gonna roll right away into your C curve, hips forward, chest wide. Pull your elbows in and stretch. Exhale, inhale. Try to get your wrists to glide right next to your thighs, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Feel this resistance in your stomach wall for 8. If ever you're too low or the tension's too much, you know what to do. Get closer to your resistance. If it's too much tension, sit up taller. If ever you feel you can't control the depth for from your abs. Last 2. Now from here, hold your elbows in, take an inhale, rotate your cuffs, lift. Exhale, neck is long, oof, work that resistance. Inhale, belly button to spine. Breathe width into your lungs, through the sides of your body and back. You're gonna take your arms up for a last rep, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Adjust your depth if you need, make sure your collarbones are wide. Now slowly stretch your arms forward and don't let your upper back move. You're keeping your body exactly where it is. Shoulders away from ears, don't move fast for these. Move slow, feel your upper back. Squeeze your inner thighs. Neck is long. You'll see me look from left to right to release my neck muscles. Do that if it helps you as well. Last time. Take an inhale and exhale. Open up your chest. Slowly let your tension take you all the way up. Hold the resistance with both handles in that left hand. You're gonna make your way onto your side double pigeon mermaid. Have right away your right arm fully stretched. You know what to do if you need more tension. You distance yourself away from the resistance source. If you need less, you sit closer to. From here, shoulders down, collarbones wide, sitting tall, grounding that right hip down. Breathe into your nose and exhale. Pull your elbow in towards your waist. Now, don't twist your body and don't let your left hand start to activate forward. It's gonna feel different on this side. I'm telling you these things right here, right now, because I feel it in my own body. I'm like, oh, it's harder for me to get my left arm in towards my waist. And that's something that you can check just by noticing. You wanna have your left wrist drop down, following always that elbow alignment, and the right arm is stretched. Exhale, pull in. Ooh. Try to activate right into your lat, right into your back. Reach out and exhale, bend, pull. Again, don't try to let that left arm do anything other than just follow the trajectory of drawing closer and closer to your midline. Now we're gonna add that dynamic rhythm. Take an inhale, exhale, pull in. Woo. Strong wrist. Deep breath in and exhale. Let's go 4, 3, 2, last one. Slowly take your arms out. Reach your right hand across, grab the right handle, and from here, left arm stays, and you're twisting from your core, trying to align your shoulders up into that square parallel. Don't swing your right arm. Exhale. Work from your obliques. Work from grounding your hips. This one can be a bit tough if you need to get closer to your tension source. What is nice about anything on YouTube is you can press pause and reset and come back. Let's go for a last set of 3. Ooh, feel the difference in your body on this side here. Exhale. Last one. Don't cheat yourself. Really work for the form here. Take your arm all the way back towards your left. You're gonna swing your legs all the way around. And what you wanna do here is turn around and sit just a little closer up towards the top of your mat. Now, these exercises, you wanna feel that you're in the work of the abs and arms, not your neck or traps or shoulders. So if you feel that at all, it means you're probably sitting a little too far away from your tension source. All strengths are different. You want to listen to your body and find that perfect sweet spot for you. Now you want to have a little bit of resistance all the way through the arms already as they're lifted to the ceiling so that you can feel the retraction and pull your shoulders down to the floor so that right away you connect and ground. The tension is up. You want your body to connect to the floor. You're finding resistance. Now your feet are hip bone, sit bone width and distance. My arm's already working. The tension is on for me. I hope you're feeling this as well for you. Notice if your shoulders are up. That's the first thing that I see, even on the machine. And this is the whole goal, is that you're trying to ground with the parts of your body that aren't in the resistance. Now from here, you're gonna take your right leg all the way out to tabletop. Take an inhale, exhale, draw your left leg up and squeeze your inner thighs and center, knees over top of your pubic bone. We're gonna start to stretch the arms, pulling straps. Inhale to lift onto your collarbone alignment, exhale to press. Again, shoulders are down, away from the ears, your neck is long. You're grounding. Exhale, squeeze your inner thighs together. Good. We're gonna add on double leg stretch as your arms go forward as an option. Make sure your shoulders aren't hiking off the floor though, and ensure that your back is protected. You could do all of these exercises from imprint. If you're able to maintain neutral, just make sure that it's not at the expense of your lumbar spine. We're gonna go for a last set of 3. Exhale to stretch. Inhale, slow movement back, return. Exhale, press out. The Pilates Mini almost forces you to slow things down a bit more because you want that return back to be even. Now, choose right here. You're gonna first separate the legs. You're gonna choose if you want to lift up in thoracic curl. Lift all the way up, deep breath in, collarbone height only, exhale, press down. We're gonna go for one more right here. Now we're gonna lower the upper neck and chest all the way down. Feel your shoulders connect to the floor. Stretch your right leg forward as you lift. Let's go for 3 more. We're gonna do 4 each side. Thoracic curls optional. Deep breath in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, not faster. Really work your core muscles right here as you retract in, lower abs stabilize. Let's go to left, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you engage through all of the muscles in your leg. Don't leave any behind. Last set of 2. Ooh, abs are on. Last one. Exhale, stretch, reach, reach, reach. Slow down your lower. Stabilize right away. Arms go back, feet to floor. And just give yourself a quick little release right here. It can feel nice to hold the handles of the tension and just let your arms kind of dangle. Now, we're gonna be working from here. So setting back up, you're gonna have your arms lifted. We're going back into that resistance hold. Shoulders are down. Now, first thing you wanna do from here is open your arms up into a soft V and slightly activate more into your pinky fingers. I want you to feel how your lats turn on as your pinky fingers press into the tension. It's not about opening up to the ceiling. You don't want to open up too far. You just want to feel that engagement where all of a sudden, upper back, insides of arms. When I say insides, I'm talking all the way through your pecs, your chest muscles, your lats. Keep the V, don't make it too wide. You're gonna take your right leg up, inhale, exhale, take it down. Keep the tension. Maybe some of you are a little bit lower because that's where you need to be to feel the resistance. Maybe you're a bit higher up because you're like me, you already have a good amount of resistance through the resistance that's being provided by the distance you're at. Now we're gonna take it dynamically. Up one leg, lower. Stabilize to your hips. Collarbones wide. Make sure you're not bringing the knee closer in than your hip bone and feel this work from your abs, right from your abs. Exhale, inhale. Lift and lower. You're gonna keep the right leg lifted on the next one. Left foot stays planted. Stabilize your hips. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, stretch your arms all the way towards your hips. Shoulders down, collarbones wide. Reaching that right leg out. We're gonna bend. Arms are gonna reopen into that diagonal, into that wide V. And you're using, again, the idea that your pinky fingers are trying to close down into the resistance first. Exhale, reach and feel your obliques. Stretch out through that right thigh. Stop your knee on tabletop. We're gonna add on, should you wish, for the next set of 8, thoracic curl. Need a tabletop. Exhale to lengthen. Follow the arms. Don't let the head lift first. The arms activate first, and then you peel your shoulders up off the floor. 3, last 2, last 1. Keep your arms closed. Take your right leg down. Lower your head, neck, shoulders drop. Now, refine that diagonal right where you have, again, that pinky finger connection. Shoulders and collarbones are wide. Whew, feeling a little bit of a shake. All right, take your left leg all the way up. Deep breath in. Exhale, stretch. Right into that tabletop. Part of the work of the abs is to retract the leg back. It's not just on the stretch out. And you're stopping the leg from coming too close in towards your chest because of how your abs are putting on the brakes. Stretch, retract. Stretch, muscle retraction. Out. Tailbone heavy, keep scooping into your core. We breathe out as we stretch, thoracic curl. 8, 7. Arms press first. Abs are engaging you. The head, neck, and shoulders are simply peeling up. in response to what the abs and arms are doing. Let's go for our last 3, last 2, last 1. Take your body all the way down. Bring your arms up, and again, just relax. Let your arms dangle. If it feels good to windshield wipe, give yourself a little windshield wiper from side to side. From here, safely let go of your strap handles. Open up into your cactus. Keep your arms planted, palms facing the ceiling. Heels no wider than your hip bone width and distance. Use the ground and lift up right here into your bridge. Shoulders are down, neck is long, glutes are engaged, and you're stretching, opening the hips. Lower down, touch your sacrum, neutral spine. Neutral spine means you're not lowering down one vertebrae at a time. You're creasing at the hip line, allowing for that drop to come from hamstring control, and then lifting your hips up from glutes and hamstrings and abs, picking up the weight of your hips. Push your arms down and just open up through the collarbones. Let's go for a last set of 3, and lift. For 2, and lift. Last 1, and lift up. Softly bring your tailbone down. Take your arms, reach your hands from behind the hamstrings, and roll yourself all the way on up. All right, so we've just worked with the 30 pounds, and I was using my hard handle, so now we're gonna switch the 40 pounds for some leg work, and you can use your soft handles for your feet. So before we get started, you've got your straps in the back of your door. You're gonna wanna make sure that from the point where you had your straps for your arm work, that you lower it down just a bit. So what I do is I just simply open my door enough to slide it down, and maybe even just a bit lower to be on the safe side, just somewhere where you're not as low as your kneecaps, that's for sure. But just notice right here, when I hold my strap and it's a straight line, it's between my hips and my knees. That's pretty much the most perfect position you can start with. And I'll always indicate that in classes, because that's what's the beautiful thing about the Pilates Mini, you can really adjust. Now you're setting up from here, keeping your right handle in your right hand. Your left foot is gonna go into your strap handle. I think you know where we're going with this. This is exactly like if you were gonna do a box series. Now, first things first, you wanna see where your strap is coming from and make sure you align your body with it. Your left hand is going to be on the floor. Your right fist is gonna be stacked. Don't worry about the tension in your right hand, because you have right here a good grip in holding it stable. You're gonna take your left leg all the way out, stabilize from here with your toes in a full stretch line. Now, from here, open your left leg, just to a small corner diagonal. Feel how your right obliques have to adjust into activity now. Turn the left knee down, make sure you're in a parallel. We're gonna touch the floor, inhale, exhale, lift. If this is right behind your hip line and you are on a 6 o'clock, you are on a 7 o'clock, but your right hip is still on a 6 o'clock. So you're working on the soft diagonal to feel oblique work in the right side. Left glute is active. You're not lifting higher than your hip alignment. Keep stretching out through your leg and thigh. Just feel this out for yourself. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Keep stabilizing into your ground. Pull your core up. Go for a last set of 3 and lift. Stretch the left kneecap out for 2. Last 1. Lift all the way up. Stabilize down on the floor, and from here, bend your leg all the way in. Now, you're gonna be setting up right here on your side. Hold on now to the right strap handle with your left hand so you can come all the way down. You're gonna keep some tension in this arm here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bend your elbow into your waist. Now, my left leg is in parallel. I wanna feel where my right obliques are lift off the floor, stacking the hips. Make sure that you feel this little mouse house. Increase your postural awareness by always creating that little mouse house. Now, the right leg is bent and my leg is fully pressed in the floor to stabilize. Stretch your left leg out and bend your knee as if you're coming right forward towards your hand, only you stop at a 90-degree alignment through your hip. Find that tabletop in this parallel. And exhale, stretch. Good. Bend and press. Now notice your left arm, your elbow is stacked over top of your ribs. You have your arm right here to 90 degrees. It's ready for a little tricep action. Right oblique lifted. You can always bend your right leg in a little more forward if you need to stabilize your hips. Relax your right ankle into the floor if a flexion is putting pressure on your joint. Flex your left foot though into the strap handle as you stretch and reach out. Go for a last 2 and exhale, press. You're gonna go for one more here. We're gonna hold the tension, of course we are. Keep the leg long, stretch your right arm, elbow right over top of hip line, press and bend, press and bend, shoulders wide. Activate into your tricep. Feel this work here as you stretch and reach towards your ankle. Add a point and flex of the foot if you can for your last set of 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, for 2, last 1. Stretch and reach away. Now slowly bend all the way in. Take your foot out of your strap, and from here, make your way all the way back up onto all fours. We're setting up for the second side. So now you're gonna hold and maintain connectivity with the left strap handle in your left hand. Fist your hand, bring your right strap handle around your right foot and center out from where your tension's coming from. Right arm is in the ground, your left fist is stacked. You're gonna extend your right leg all the way out, and from here in a 6 o'clock, you're gonna take your parallel to a 5 o'clock. Feel that work in your left obliques, neck is forward. Lats are on, we're gonna touch the floor. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, always stretching out and away. Making sure the kneecap is never bending. You're using your glute. You're feeling this work in your core. Your knee is parallel, which means it's always facing the floor. And that's why that little 5 o'clock works so hard for the obliques when you're in the perfect position. Exhale, lift and lower for 6, 5, 4, 3. Control the lower for 2. Last 1. Take an inhale and exhale. Flex your toes into the floor mat. You're gonna make your way all the way down onto your side. Now grip your tension around that left handle. The right hand is a firm grip so that you can make your way down onto your left side. Stretch your right leg all the way out first. Feel the extension, foot is flexed. Now you're on your hip, but you are pulling those left obliques up off of the floor, feeling this mouse house of connection. Right elbow aligns up into your rib cage. Palm is forward, you've got a 90-degree bend into your elbow. And from here, you're gonna hold the resistance, simply working from the glute. Bend and stretch, reach, flex your foot out. Now, obviously with tension, when you're on a reformer, the coils are different than working with a tension band like this, but I almost have to say that this can be harder technically because you have less control around what can happen in your hip. So really focus that this control that you're garnering through equal resistance in both directions, that it's coming from your abs. You're slowing down, if anything, so that you can maintain the same height through and through. Your leg's not dropping. You're on that left hip and you are pulling those left obliques in. Exhale to stretch. Deep breath in and exhale, press, flex the right glute. Always finish with the feeling that your right butt is pushing and glute is flexing. So the hip extension is happening. Last 3, last 2. We're gonna go into the right tricep. You're gonna hold that right leg all the way out on your side, keep the glute flexed, and start to stretch out and bend to 90, collarbones wide. Let's add right away that dorsal and plantar flexion to the right foot. Exhale and inhale, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Slowly let your leg come all the way in. Lie on your back. Center your body to your resistance. See that it's equal. Make sure your strap handles are equal as well. We're gonna set up right away. Feet in strap handles. Make sure that when you bring your feet into your handles, your knees remain bent over top of your hips so you can find the support. Arms are gonna make their way down to the floor. You wanna stabilize your shoulders to your mat, stretch your neck. Tailbone is heavy. Sit bones are facing towards the end of your mat. So just make sure that you feel that connectivity, because very often we're tight in the lumbar and it starts to rock our hips forward unintentionally. This is part of the abdominal work. You're trying to stretch out from where your hip flexors pull you in. Now, from here, you're gonna take your heels together, toes are apart, flex your feet so you have full support into getting into your posterior and inner thigh engagement. Stretch your legs out, feel the resistance. If you need to change your position, come closer, come further, modify or progress as you need. Every time you stretch your legs out, make sure you are going into full contraction to your pelvic floor muscles, all the way to your glutes, all the way. And when I say glutes, it's not that your butt's squeezing, it's very much, and I apologize, this is gonna sound funny, but it's true. It's like your anus, your anus all the way to your pelvic floor. Like that is that full connectivity all the way up. Exhale, stretch, deep breath in. Knees stopping right over top of your hips. Let's go all the way out for another set of 3. Stretch, inhale. Exhale, press. Connect. Make sure you're not moving fast. Hold the stretch of your legs, point your toes, turn your thighs to parallel. Let's bring the legs into a lift and lower. Inhale, tailbone heavy, exhale, stretch. Resist the temptation to move too fast, because the buoyancy of these tension straps can feel really good to just kind of allow the body to check out and just move and just let go. But I don't want you to let go. I want you to focus on keeping your muscles engaged. This is like, you know, the superior form of mat training is to incorporate elements of the reformer, but not use the entirety of the reformer, because the reformer provides feedback that is a lot more supportive than what we realize. This is mat work on steroids. The more you connect into that control of resistance with your own body weight, the more work you'll get out of this. This is very much bringing me back to my formal and formative dance training years, where every bit of work we had to connect to. Take your legs all the way down, and on the next one here, you're gonna take an inhale as you open your legs up to a V, go no wider than where you can maintain parallel, and exhale, close your legs in. Open, close. Abs pulling in, use your floor. Collarbones wide. If you're too low with the legs, adjust for you. Last 3. You're zipping up Velcro through the legs. The dynamic part of this exercise is the close. 1 more. Take your legs in. All right, we're gonna go circles. Inhale to lift. Tailbone heavy, open wide. Circle around. Control from your hamstrings. And as you bring your legs together, make sure you're again contracting all the way through your pelvic floor, getting those inner thighs and glutes to engage for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, lift on up. And exhale, stretch on down. Next breath in, we reverse. As you reverse, make sure you're not letting your lower back arch out. You're controlling from your abs, your glutes, your hamstrings. There should almost be this feeling that as your legs are circling out and around, your hips are getting heavier, like somebody's pulling your hips towards the back end of your mat. So you're always lengthening through your stomach while ribcage stays closed. Woo. Oh yes, feeling this work. Last set of 3. Last set of 2. As you bring your legs all the way up to the ceiling on this last one, bend your knees towards your chest, flex your feet, hold from in front of your strap handles, either around the netted nook just in front of the carabiners, or even on top of those resistance cords. From here, I like the actual grips closer to the carabiners myself. You're going to start to stretch your legs up. You're just going to allow for your arms to hold the tension at the point where you can physically flex your feet, keep your knees bent, and just open about hip width distance. Shoulders down. You're maintaining the tension. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bend your left leg, stretch your right leg just a bit more. Feel that intention that comes through the calf, hamstring. Don't lock out through the knee. Never lock out through the leg. Right leg bends. You're stretching from your muscle attachments. So that's why we keep the joints soft. Ooh, feel the difference. Bring your heels all the way down, slipping one leg out at a time safely. When you release, let your tension go from behind. Take a full stretch of your legs all the way out. We're gonna finish with a Pilates roll up. Deep breath in. Arms reach back, and on your exhale, shoulders drop away from ears, arms past the mid-range, and from here, the head nods up, chin to sternum, one vertebrae at a time. Scoop and round, flex your feet. Feel your upper back and lower back stretch, just like we started with. Lift on up, arms to ceiling, like somebody's pulling your wrists up. And on your exhale, open your spine. Feel where you're growing longer. Through the crown of your head, you align over your neck, neck over top of mid-spine. Feel where your lumbar lengthens out. Shoulders drop away from ears. Release your toes. Point them out. Take your hands from behind and open up your chest. On your exhale, release. And from here, just taking a cross-legged position, hands and knuckles in, round your spine one last time. Feel your shoulder blades separate. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lift on up, eyes to ceiling. Let your arms stretch, separate out. Feel that width across your collarbones. And thank you so much for joining me for this mat Pilates class today. And thank you so much for joining me for this mat Pilates class here today using the Pilates Mini. You can see why this piece of equipment is great. There's a lot you can do with it, and I love getting to show you how to use it and how to get the most out of it. Thank you so much for following me through this class today. If you haven't clicked subscribe to Burn Pilates yet, do so. I'd love to have you in this journey. I'm so privileged to be a part of your journey on this path of wellness. Give this video a like, and if you have any comments or any questions, leave them for me below in the comment section. Thank you again for joining. Have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I look forward to seeing you at the next burn.